So I feel like everyone, and I mean everyone, is using these buy now, pay later apps. You see Sezzle and Klarna
Oh,
everywhere.
absolutely.
They feel like this amazing budget hack, splitting a purchase into 4 interest-free payments. It feels so easy.
It does. It feels convenient, fast, almost like free money.
Hmm.
But that's where you have to look a little closer.
Right. And that's our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? To really dig into the source material you provided and pull apart the key differences between them.
Exactly. We're looking at scale, how they actually make their money with fees, and some of the really serious controversies that are swirling around both of them.
And just starting with scale, the difference is kind of stunning. Klarna is a monster. We're talking 85 million users globally.
Yeah, and over 200,000 retail partners. It's a massive ecosystem.
And then you have Sezzle. By comparison, they list 2.8 million active users and claim 48,000 merchants.
Okay, and that word claim is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Well, what's immediately crucial for you to know is that the research shows that 48,000 number seems to be, let's say, drastically inflated.
How inflated.
Investigators could only find 6,776 active merchants on their site.
Wait, 6,000? Not 48?
Six. And the source also points out that Sezzle's active merchant count has dropped over 50% since 2021.
Wow, okay. That's a huge red flag. So why would a customer even choose Sezzle then with that kind of drop-off?
I think it comes down to a totally different value proposition. It's about credit building.
Right, Sezzle offers that.
Exactly. They have a paid service, Sezzle Up, that reports your payments to the credit bureaus. Klarna, for its standard pay in 4 plans, generally doesn't do that.
So it's a trade-off. You might get a credit bump with Sezzle, but you have to weigh it against, well, what the sources call the fee festival.
And this is where the price of that convenience really hits you.
Klarna's late fee is pretty low, capped at $7.
Up to 7, yeah. Sezzle's a different beast entirely. Their late fee can be almost $17,
So more than double.
more than double. And they tack on a rescheduling fee of up to $7.50 plus a $2 fee just for using a card after your first payment.
There was a detail in the material that just made me pause. Users are reporting that Sezzle charges the late fee on the due date itself.
Yes, not after a grace period, the moment the clock strikes midnight. It suggests the system is built to maximize fees, not just collect payments.
But let's be fair and flip back to Klarna. Lower late fees, sure, but they have their own big catch.
A huge one. If you need an extended payment plan, that interest rate can skyrocket to, what, 35.99%?
Almost 36%. That's emergency credit card territory.
Absolutely. So that's the risk you're watching for with Klarna.
Okay, switching gears a bit, we have to talk about the controversies, which seem to really stick to Sezzle. It's not just fees.
Not at all. The sources show a lot of complaints about users being enrolled into premium subscriptions without, even realizing it.
And what about the merchants they work with?
That's another serious concern. Investigators found multiple Canadian pharmaceutical sites on a pharmacy board's not recommended list that were processing payments only through Sezzle.
Wow.
Yeah. It all feeds into this bigger picture from Hindenburg research. Their conclusion was that Sezzle was basically left behind and using short-term tricks to report rosy numbers.
Just to help insiders with an exit opportunity, that's a serious allegation.
It is, and that kind of thing, it often trickles down to a bad customer experience.
Which the Better Business Bureau ratings seem to back up. Sezzle has a 1.1 star rating, almost 1,000 complaints.
And the core of those complaints is that users just cannot reach a live agent. They feel completely stuck.
Now, Klarna has a similar number of complaints, around 933.
It does. But the sources say those are mostly about a different kind of problem, like failing identity verification systems. It's more of a tech hurdle than a lack of support access.
So if you're listening and trying to decide what's the final verdict here,
I'd say if you want scale, tons of merchant options, and lower late fees, Klarna is the obvious choice. But you have to be so careful with that 35.99% interest rate.
right, and if building your credit is the #1 goal, Sezzle is the answer.
It is, but you have to be willing to navigate those much higher fees, the risk of surprise subscriptions, and all the questions around their merchants.
In the end, it really seems like, despite all their differences, they're both experts at one thing. They are designed to turn any missed payment, any tiny slip-up, into a huge profit center for them. It really makes you question how much that convenience is truly worth.